we knocked out about 18 sets of chest. Showed a little different training styles here. I mean, you guys seen Evan on video doing his training before. I don't know if you did a chest video or not, but
yeah, but you know, it's nice to have something. Like I said, with chest being one of my lagging body parts, it's nice to see how you might train it, and incorporate some of that into my own regimen. So
what I noticed, okay, which is the case with a lot of people, is definitely a little more rest is key to Evan's strength, so he can do more reps. He actually did a lot more than he thought he actually could once the rest was there. And it's true with any lifter, with what everyone's trying to accomplish, obviously, to get as much muscle volume as possible. And obviously he's in his off season, I'm in my off season, so this is a little different from the videos you've seen maybe in the past where you have two guys. We're in a big break right now because he's not competing until actually 2011 season now, and we are in the beginning of 10. I'm not competing to the end of 2010, so this is our full-blown, pretty much off-season weight training. I mean, this is what we do. Obviously, we're in a different gym and different environment, so I'm sure if I traveled to Evan's gym and trained with him, which hopefully I could do in the future, so I can get a feel of what it's like training in someone else's gym. And even me, as being Mr. Olympia, and obviously everyone thinks that I'm the most experienced because I've been training obviously longer and probably 10 years longer than he has. I still can learn a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I'm sure Evan can teach me, and I'm still very open-minded, especially after all the setbacks that I've had in my career. Obviously losing the title, now coming back to win, I had to open up my mind to actually incorporate some different training. And like I mentioned to Evan, he asked me kind of, what I did to kind of advance and become better, and that's probably because I opened my mind up a little bit. I started training a little slower. I actually took a lot more rest because I trained with 2 or 3 partners in Las Vegas, and that allows me a little more rest time. And as we got moving today, I go back to training with just him, which is a 2-person circuit. I tend to pick up my speed a little bit, so he's like, shit, man, slow down a little bit, because obviously I just get used to training, and so I've been training the last few days actually on my own because I've been traveling back and forth all over the place, so maybe my speed picked up a little bit. But as you see, we kind of slowed the pace down a little bit, and you saw, we pushed out some heavy weights for repetitions. We're shooting for 8 to 12 repetitions on every set, and I think that seems to be the best thing. And I'll let you talk to Evan a little bit and see what his off season is going like. I mean, he looks really, really good. This is probably the best I've seen him look. I just mentioned that he was looking a lot leaner than I've seen him in the past, and we were talking about how much easier it was to train and diet for competition. I mean, I see him actually, if he can stay in this kind of shape and continue to train through the 2010 season, he's going to make big, big progress, because I think he can actually put on muscle dieting for the contest, which is my key now. Is everyone says, how do you stay so lean in the off season? But I tend to do that because I actually grow into the competition. So, what you see here is just the start of the finished product that you'll see in September, and I think he'll tell you the same thing. He's been incorporating better meal plans and staying in better condition.
Jay, everybody's mad at me because I'm not competing this year. What do you think? Do you think it's a bad idea to take a year off?
You know what? You have to look at things the best. I mean, everyone wants to take a year or two to get at their absolute best. I mean, you're looking at a 6 or 8 month difference from a year off from training. I mean, it's been plenty. I only compete once a year at Mr. Olympia. I've done that for the past few years. I skipped the 2002 Olympia just so I could train for the Arnold Classic that year. And everyone said I was a fool for doing it. But when I went to the Arnold Classic and won my first Arnold Classic in 2002, people weren't saying too much. But coming from me, you're probably my favorite up and coming guy. So I think you have a really bright future, and you're going to tell the story, and that's all you need to do. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, I think you're progressing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think anybody could go and eat a ton of food, take a bunch of supplements, and try and rush things. But I think if you could take it at a more appropriate rate, I think that the finished result is going to be that much better. It's going to be that much higher quality. I know a lot of people are mad because I'm not competing this year, but I hope that, you know, come 2011, you guys will see that there was a method to it all, that it was all for a reason, and you know, the finished result will be that much better than if I were to try and rush it and do something that were maybe less than 100%.
So I think, you know, for you, you're going to see Evan a lot on MD Video, MD TV. You're going to see him in the magazine. He's not going anywhere. You guys are going to see him progress as he moves forward towards that title. And I'm sure once, you know, 2011 comes, I mean, he's going to be ready. I mean, we were just talking over there, and you know, I just was kind of critiquing his physique a little bit, and just, you know, a little more fullness and roundness, which is going to come in another year of training. You know, he's gonna dominate. I think you guys will see. I mean, he's improving his body parts. You know, his legs have come up. I mean, it's thicker than I've ever seen him, and you know, the kid's 27 years old, man. It's, you know, I was making my run when I was 28, was my first second at Mr. Olympia, and I mean, he's trying to jump right on my tails, you know. I don't think he's going to beat that record, but you never know, you know.
It's really cool. It's really inspiring. You know, me and Jay were standing side by side at the dumbbell rack before, and you know, I mean, there's certain holes I see in my physique, and you know, Jay was kind of, you know, critiquing me and, you know, seeing the same things that I see, but kind of said to me, you know, there's, you know, weaknesses that you have. You know, you're going to bring them up. Don't worry, it's going to happen. You know, I had certain weaknesses I had to bring up, so you know, it's definitely reassuring to hear that, especially from somebody like Jay. So.
And we're from the East Coast, so that makes us even stronger. Our heart is on the East Coast, you know, even though I'm in Vegas.
We're from the East Coast. We're real men are from.
Yeah. He trains in the hardcore. I want to check out his gym, so hopefully I'll get out there to train one of these times for the videos. And we have a long season, so I want to thank everyone for you know, supporting us over at Muscular Development, musculardevelopment.com, and MDTV, and you know, following us through the websites, and of course supporting the magazine. And we look for the big future in 2010 and beyond. So we just got to get Evan to grow his hair like mine.